So the first one I had was, do you know when the program started?
I don't. I can tell you about when it started, but not specifically.
Mhm.
So, the original backpack journalism idea was a brainchild of Brett Atwood, who is a clinical associate professor here at Washington State University. And I'm guessing the program started around 2009, but Sarah Stout will know for sure. It was right around that time,
Okay.
maybe 2010.
And then, is there a way you guys decide like where the program goes, or is that kind of changed every year?
It's changed a bit. There are a number of variables that go into it, and part of our challenge is finding places where news is happening, where students have an opportunity to gain legitimate writing experience covering news, but also are safe. And then that typically requires um, somebody who is there to guide them and help them in the process, basically. And that person has to have international travel experience, understand the region, be familiar with the issues. And we actually send out people in advance to sort of scout these locations, to help develop the stories in advance. So by the time we send students there, we have a good sense that the students are going to have a good experience, they're going to find what they need, and they're going to learn a lot in the process. So I don't know many universities who do this type of program. In fact, I'm unaware of any other university besides Washington State. I'm not positive it's unique, but it is a great opportunity, and our kids get tremendous, not just writing experience, but a feel for what it's like to be a journalist in another country, to cover stories that are complicated. A lot of these stories have a significant human interest component to them. So there's a lot of things that go into making this program successful, and the students have a really great opportunity because of that.
Okay, and then that actually kind of leads me to my next one. What are the benefits for the students who go on to that after doing the program?
Sure.
What
that's a great
benefits do they
question.
reap from that?
Yeah, the obvious one is hands-on experience, I think, and people expect that. The unintended benefits, though, are equally as important, I think. I mean, pushing students out of their comfort zone a little bit, getting them immersed into another culture, giving them experience covering complicated stories, oftentimes stories that have a significant human interest component to it. You can't go cover an earthquake-stricken Nepal without understanding who you're talking to and the tremendous personal cost of that person being in the region and suffering through something that may have taken the life of a loved one, that's affected their ability to provide for themselves, that has impacted the entire region in a really tremendous way. So I think good writing skills, interviewing skills, the sort of hands-on practical things are given in many respects. And then some of these other things are a little less tangible, but in some ways even more important, I think.
Mm-hmm, definitely. And then another question I had was, do you know why? Like, was there a specific reason why the program was started? Did somebody like come up and say, "I think we need to put our journalists into the field," like you said,
Yeah.
out of their comfort zone?
Yeah, as I understand it, when Brett Atwood developed the program, he really saw technology evolving to a point that it made this sort of travel easy and, relatively speaking, inexpensive. It's not like you're hauling a satellite dish across the desert to get a story kind of a thing, which literally they've done in the past at remote locations. So as technology's improved so dramatically, and other things have fallen into place, basically, it's given us an opportunity to provide students with an experience that essentially approximates in many ways what an international journalist would experience. So it really is a great opportunity. It gives our kids real world experience in some of the most interesting and newsworthy locations of the world, frankly. So, and I think Brett was the one who really sort of saw that happening. And I think his idea was really to equip kids and give them the equipment they needed in that backpack with the right training and get them out there covering stories. So it's good stuff.
Awesome. And then the last one I had was, how competitive is the program?
It's extremely competitive. Students have to apply for it, and then it's a process. They're selected by a committee. And so when students are chosen, they really have, they're talented to begin with, basically. And in addition to that, and part of that process essentially involves us using donors' money in the best way that we can. So many of these students benefit from donor support, and we want to ensure that we're responsible in how we use donors' money. We don't want to put a student out there who's not able to take full advantage of the opportunity, and that's a matter of benefit to the student and also a matter of our responsibility in using donors' money in a way that is appropriate, basically, in keeping with their expectations. So
Definitely.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, that gets